shit, yeah, they bread stank. Walk up in the club, dripping like I'm fresh paint. I can see through the facade like an...
What's going on, fight fans? It's another great day when you love MMA. Welcome back to Mad Matty Fight Talk. So 2023 has been already great to us with a lot of good fight cards that are stacking up for MMA. Boxing has been pretty good so far as well. Hoping to see Gervonta Davis taking on Ryan Garcia. There's a lot of other big fights in the works, both for MMA and boxing. But this year is also the return of the problem child. That's right, Jake Paul is finally set to take on Tommy Fury, and that's going down February 26th in Saudi Arabia. Now, the venue has still yet to be announced, but the fight is set and the fight should happen. Now, this fight has already been canceled 2 times previously. Tommy Fury is set to face Jake Paul on multiple other occasions, and which the fight was canceled due to Tommy Fury pulling out of it. So the big question is Tommy Fury going to be able to stay in the game and stay in this fight? Now, it's a lot of money to be made on both sides, and the biggest question of all is Jake Paul. Can he take on a boxer with real boxing fundamentals and defeat them? Now, for all you haters out there, I used to be one myself. Jake Paul's definitely proved me wrong. He showed some real skill sets in the people who he has fought. Now, his last fight was against Anderson Silva, and he looked good in that fight. Anderson Silva, he's an older man. He's like 46, 47, had a long career of MMA, one of the most dominant champions of all time, but he has really good boxing fundamentals, and you can argue that he's old, but you can't argue that he's not a good boxer. So Jake looked good in that fight. He dropped him. He ended up winning by decision, and, you know, it's an impressive victory to me. Tommy Fury is 8-0 with 4 KOs. Brothers Tyson Fury, so you know this kid can fight. The only thing I don't like about Tommy Fury is, one, you've pulled out from 2 other fights against Jake Paul, so I don't know if that's a mentality thing or if it just didn't work out. And then 2 is that your record is a little bit padded. Now, for all of you guys out there that think 8-0, 4 KOs, this guy's out here killing it in boxing, you should go look up this dude, and I'm speaking to Tommy Fury, look up his opponents and look up their records. You'll be shocked. Trust me. Look it up and hit me in the comments and let me know what you guys think about that. But 8-0 against a lot of dud opponents. He hasn't fought one good fighter yet. And he keeps referring to, I've beat better fighters in my amateur boxing fights. But you really haven't. Some of the guys this guy's fought had triple-digit losses. I'm talking like 100-something losses. So he has experience against boxers, but not good boxers. Now, Jake Paul, on the other hand, he's fought a lot of former champions. They're not boxing champions, but they're former champions and really good strikers. Not great boxers, but really good strikers. It's just interesting. It's interesting to see what happens in this one. And if I had to give my official prediction on this fight, because I don't want to get too deep in it, you know, we know what Jake Paul's capable of. We've seen Tommy Fury fight. I think Jake Paul's going to knock Tommy Fury out. I think Jake Paul has had tougher opponents in the shorter amount of career, and he's been fighting consistently. Now, Tommy Fury's brother is one of the greatest boxers ever, but you're not him. You're not Tyson. You're Tommy. I want to see this fight. It is going to prove a lot. It's going to prove if Tommy, you know, can shut up a fake boxer, or is he going to make the boxing world look bad? And is Jake the real deal? Can Jake defeat him? Now, the biggest story of all about this fight is that Jake Paul announced that if, just in case Tommy Fury isn't able to make this fight and he ends up pulling out like he has done before, Mike Perry, that's right, Platinum Mike Perry, will be the backup fighter for this fight. That's February 26th in Saudi Arabia. I'm honestly hoping Tommy Fury pulls out again, because I would much rather see Mike Perry taking on Jake Paul. Mike Perry is an animal as a boxer. He's been fighting in BKFC. He just had a big fight against MVP from Bellator. They fought in a bare-knuckle fighting match. If the guy's over here, you know, taking punches and delivering damage with bare knuckles, I can only imagine what he's going to do with boxing gloves on. So I am very curious to see what happens moving forward. We're about roughly 4.5 weeks out of this fight. I'm super curious to see what you guys think. Do you guys have Tommy Fury winning this fight, or do you have Jake, the problem child, Paul, winning this fight? I got Jake Paul winning by knockout. I say he stuns everybody and shuts up the haters and knocks this kid out. And now in some side news, those of you who are big MMA fans know this name. It's a household name. Luke Rockhold has demanded his release from the UFC. He got his wish. He is now released from the UFC. And the first thing this guy does is call out Jake Paul. It just shows how much of a pull Jake Paul has to fighters, especially MMA fighters. These guys, I love MMA. It's my favorite sport of all sports. But sometimes these guys' egos are through the roof. Luke Rockhold's really saying that he's going to go hunt this guy down. He's going to find him. They're going to fight, and he's going to kill this kid. He's going to show him who the real man is, and blah, 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 blah. I think it's a bunch of bullshit. Luke Rockhold is 1-4 in his last 5 fights, and he's been viciously knocked out 5 times in his last 10 fights. So I'm just saying, not looking good for you, bro. I really don't think that would be a good matchup. You're not known as a boxer. You are an outstanding MMA fighter. Very good grappling, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, skill sets in all departments, outstanding kick. He has one of the most beautiful question mark kicks I've ever seen. But as a pure boxer, besides being 6'3", I don't really see what you would do in a boxing match to Jake Paul, who's already proven time and time again that he can defeat really, really, really good MMA fighters. So I just don't see why you would leave the UFC to go do that. Now, I did hear other rumors that Luke Rockhold's pursuing possibly signing with the PFL, which even that's going to be a rough road for him. I mean, he didn't look too bad in his fight against Paulo Costa. You guys got to remember they were fighting in elevation, so his gas tank was depleted. He hadn't fought in a while. So I would like to see him make an MMA return, but I definitely don't want to see him step in the ring with somebody like Jake Paul because I just don't see him getting the job done. Just like Francis Ngannou wanted to get released so he could go fight Tyson Fury. That's a different time, different video, but that's not really a smart move other than making a shit ton of money. So I guess that is, money talks. But as far as fighting goes, that's not really... MMA fighters need to stay in their lane. Make these boxers come to MMA and try to prove themselves. Stop going over to boxing and thinking, oh, I can take damage with 4-ounce gloves. I've taken head kicks. I could definitely hang in the boxing ring. It's just a different sport. It's a different mentality. So anyway, like always, guys, hit me in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about what's going down. Don't forget, like, subscribe. Check out the rest of the content I have. I got some big Bellator fight cards coming up I did predictions on. We're going to be doing Islam Makhachev and Alexander Volkanovski very soon. We will be releasing that video, and we'll also be doing the Bellator Grand Prix for the lightweight division. Hit me in the comments. Let me know what's up. See you guys soon.
Haters talking shit, yeah, they breath stank. Walk up in the club dripping like I'm fresh paint. I can see through the facade like an